Executive Director of Alternate Roots, and I'm sitting here with Lacy MacAuley and Sarah Massey of Massey Media. And so happy to have you here with us today. And we'd like to just share a little information so that our members and our listeners and our viewing audience know who we're working with and what we're doing these days. So I'd like to start off by asking you a question. How did you get involved with Roots?
How did we get involved with Roots? Well,
we got a phone call. You called me.
Sure did.
But I think our reputation preceded us because we're media activists, and we worked with the Hip Hop Theater Festival when it was in DC last July, and also we've done a little bit of work with the Highlander Center, getting the word out about their good work.
Great. And those are two organizations that we work with quite closely, specifically the Highlander Center, which is the place where Alternate Roots was born, but also our friends at the Hip Hop Theater Festival, Clyde Valentin. I was asking him, who do you work with in that area? And he was like, Massey Media is my people. And he was like, sent the information, and I reached out to you, and it was clear, I think, the first time we talked that this was a really good fit for our organization.
Yeah. You know what? It was clear to us too. Actually, the first time we talked to you, we're like, wait, we should learn more about Alternate Roots. We look up your website, and it says arts and activism, and we're like, okay, that's exactly what we're about. So it was a natural fit.
Absolutely. So what is your work? How would you describe your work with the festival? How would you describe your work with the festival?
Well, we've been brought on to, I think, connect audiences to the festival. So when we talk about audiences, we're talking about a huge and diverse group of people, from the tens of thousands of people that we are hoping to bring to the festival on the Saturday and Sunday, the 25th and 26th, so that they can hear great music and participate in art and community activism. That's hopefully going to be thousands of people on the highway to nowhere, the big outdoor event. Then the audience of the National Learning Exchange, which is going to be people who are actively involved in organizing and art making and policy making and community building. And then, of course, connecting people just to enjoy the arts. And here in Baltimore, from the community who can get out to events that are going to be made accessible to them. So that's a really, really big task, is finding the audience, communicating with them, and connecting, and bringing them in.
And in the process, also doing it in a way that promotes the long-term sort of storytelling capacity of West Baltimore as a city. And this is one of the things that also, I think, roots us to basically West Baltimore, and just the need to kind of increase the capacity, empower. That's the word that I come back to.
Great. So what would you consider to be your most exciting challenge with this project?
Most exciting challenge. We have done storytelling projects before. We've reached out to the press before, but I've got to say it's we've done all of this work before. But the challenge, I suppose, is just sort of doing all of it at once. I don't know.
I think it's also right. So we were talking about just the breadth of when we initially talked. I think we said something like 50,000 people. So to tell a very complex story to 50,000 people, because the idea of infusing resiliency, even as I say that, that's a complex concept. Infusing resiliency into a community through the arts and activism, to communicate that in an empowering way, in a positive way that touches tens of thousands, maybe millions of people. So that is the challenge of taking this complex idea that's been growing and building through Alternate Roots for 35 years, through the community art makers here in West Baltimore for years and years, and give it that story and that strength that will persuade people, you know what, I can do that too. I can get involved in that as well. Yeah. But that's an exciting challenge.
Sure is. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add?
Please check out the website, rootsfest2011.org. We're also on Twitter and Flickr and Facebook.
What about your website?
Oh, well, please check out our website, and if you need help communicating, please do so at massey-media.com. So that's massey-media.com.
Thank you so much.
That's our pleasure.
Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.